Good afternoon, puppies. How are you? Hello, you beautiful dolls. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And another update of the Obi-Wan Kenobi home diorama. I've lost track on what update this is. However, guys, we are in the final stretch. Alright, now I sound like a race car announcer. Anyhow, those of you familiar with Star Wars, the scene with Obi-Wan Kenobi at his home with Luke Skywalker and the droids. This is the angle. I tried to get it spot on for you guys. But without further ado, I don't want to make this too long. Let's go through and check out what I got going on for you. All right. As you all can see, I have applied an exuberant amount of sand. I have probably 3 or 4 different textures and tones. Okay. I did go through and hand painted a lot of stuff. You know, the rocks. I did paint each and every rock. Okay. This area looks a lot better here. We have the sand that's like built up in here. The sand that I applied down on here really helped out a lot. After I gave it 2 layers of the one sand, I then gave it a blemish tone of beige. You could see like little scuff marks on there and everything. One little downfall, it did make it a little bit dark, but being in the inside and I haven't had it out in the natural sunlight, I can't make the judgment if I need to lighten it up or not. Yesterday, what I thought this was glue is actually the white sand. It gobbed up too much right here and it's just too much. Alright, it just makes it look sloppy, so I have to maybe rub that off or paint over it or somehow, or maybe put a rock there, who knows. Alright, so I have it staged just so you can see the size and some of the detail that surround the figures. It really does put a depth to the scenes, especially for photo ops. And if you saw it in person, it's that much more delicious. Delicious. The other day I made the lawn equipment here. You see these in the opening scene. This is some sort of smokestack. This is all made out of caps from various containers. This here, I forget. No, actually, this was, I think, it might have been a toy from my nephew. Yeah. And I used the ball and I hacked it, and I think you saw a picture of it. I have this sand surrounding the units because I wanted to build them up to make it look like more seamless. And they are removable because I need to make sure if ever a time I need to fix it or if it breaks, I can easily access that. I just used my imagination to design this one here because in the opening scene and the only scene, you only can see the top of it from behind the rock when it's facing that way, you know. Yeah, like that. But anyhow, oh, we got a couple of Jawas over there. Anyhow, we have a Tusken Raider here, just staged just to see how the color is. I may apply some more lighter sand. I have a little bit too much red in here. I have to tone these down a little bit. It looks a little sloppy and almost looks like sesame seeds in there, doesn't it? Anyhow. Ching chow meow. Guys, I'm crazy. Then we have this hill here. I'm really impressed with this, especially this line of rocks. Alright. You can see all the different sizes I used. As soon as I get this into focus here, guys, sorry about that. Different sizes, different colors, and they're all stuck on there with either spray adhesive or the glue and water combination, the 50-50 combination. I think it looks like a desert. Do you guys think it looks like a desert? What do you think? I really, really want your honest opinion. You could either comment in the Facebook or on YouTube directly, depending on what link you use to get here. Yeah, I depending on the lighting and how the light comes through, it gives different shadows to the texture, and I think it looks really cool. I can't wait to get it out in natural lighting. I'll probably wait until like the sunset or something, so I can get some dramatic shadows. So I'd like your opinions if you guys have any ideas on what to do, or you know, etc. I was going to purchase an airbrush. However, I do want to invest in a really nice one, and they average about $180 for one really nice one. You can get cheap ones for $35, but I've seen reviews and people hate them after like using them twice and they clog up. So I wanted to use different colored sand instead to paint, basically. So basically like sand art. So the only thing painted is the sublayer underneath, and everything that's rock on the top is just all natural. That's just gave me a color palette. Of course, knowing me, I'm a Gemini, so I may change my mind. More little things and artifacts that I made for the art that coincide with the movie. Yeah, see, I do have to do something about this here because it's just, yeah, it looks like sesame seeds, and they're glued in there, so I have to figure something out. They're glued in with the Elmer's glue, so I could just put a little bit of water and they might fall off, but we'll see. I'll try that out. This is not yet completed, guys. There's still a lot more paint detail I'm going to be doing on this. I really enjoy this. I love painting. I love art. I love visual art, as you can tell. Here's what it looks like from above, guys. It looks pretty rocky. The shadowing, the texture. I think everything came along pretty well. You know, maybe I don't need to lighten it up. I think it's getting a more desert color to it. It's kind of patchy, you know. It's got to look kind of random, you know. And then, of course, over here we have Cotton Eye Joe's grave. I'm creating my own storyline to the Star Wars universe, and I'm going to say that he is the previous owner of the hut who was buried there out of respect, but there he is. But yeah. Yeah. Sorry guys, that really does look like a penis to me now, doesn't it? I don't know. Unintentional. I also today, guys, I tried to make the smokestack work today. I bought some incense. I went to the adult bookstore because I needed some supplies. Wink, wink. However, I picked up some incense and I tried it out, and it does not work. Haha. Anyhow, yeah. So I need to come up with a new idea and making that smokestack smoke up. We got a couple Jawas that fell down, but I just had them in there for photo op, for concept. But I hope you guys like the detail of the mountain base right there. I will be filling that in with some more bigger boulders, because you know you have to imagine that the mountain's been crumbling down. So I need to put a few big ones, some medium-sized. Guys, I can't believe I got this far. Remember when I first started and what it looked like? A big giant aluminum foil ball, and now it looks like a giant marshmallow. So, anyhow, so now I'm over 10 minutes on this, and the music keeps repeating. So, I hope you guys like it. I hope it looks good. I hope you think it's a work of art. I think this is the best work I've ever done in my life. I'm very happy with it. I really appreciate all the love you guys given me, especially in the hard times with my family and my father. Thanks for hanging with me, and stay tuned for more updates, because this only gets better, guys. All right, we are, like I said, we're in the final stretches, and I'm glad you're here with me. So thank you for subscribing, thank you for viewing, thank you for liking, and please don't forget to share and tell your friends about this. I hope it's made you happy. It's made me very happy, and I love you guys. You have a gorgeous day.